and in today's episode, we've got a couple things to talk about as far as my character. I realized I was doing the character completely wrong. So instead of going with a warrior, I am now a bandit. And I now have the Mask of the Father, which is what I tried to get in the first couple of episodes. Before, I had too many points in dexterity and strength. I went up to 24 in strength, and I only need 16 and 10 dexterity. That saves a bunch of points that I can then put into health and endurance. So now I've got my health and endurance up, 12 attunement just so I can have 2 pyromancies, because I'm going to put some of that into this build. And my strength and dexterity are at a point where I can only two-hand the weapon, but that's all I need to do because the shield is always just going to be on my back for the regen. Everything is completely the same though. I've still got the fire Zweihander, the grass crest, the 2 rings. The only difference is the armor, and I now have the mask. I actually got lucky and Pinwheel dropped it. I had to completely restart the character. I've still got plus 2 Estus. So I didn't do anything that I hadn't already done. I basically got back up to the point that we were at when I left off in the last video. The only difference is I now have 11 humanity. So we are going to do a couple things in this episode. I'm going to fight a boss back at the Undead Asylum, which is where you come from when you start the game. I did farming off screen for green Titanite shards, because that is what you need to upgrade the fire weapon. And the reason we're going back to the Undead Asylum is so I can get 2 red Titanite chunks to upgrade it to Chaos. And have which it basically goes, all upgrade paths have 2, I believe. It goes fire and then chaos. There's like magic and crystal, divine, and then occult. I don't know if lightning, I think it goes lightning, and I don't think that one has another one. But we're gonna get a second blacksmith.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astoran. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
I'm going to use him to upgrade this because I don't have the... Oh, and I only have enough souls for 1 upgrade.
Come get yourself.
I can get some souls right down here though by killing this dude. I did not buy any of like the armor upgrade kit or the weapon upgrade kit. Oh no. This shouldn't be too difficult, because I just haven't had enough souls to buy them yet. I'm planning on getting them at some point. But we're also going to back to where we fought Quelaag, to get the Chaos Ember, which is what you actually need, and you have to give it to the skeleton blacksmith to actually get the Chaos Enchantment. Let's get him, get some Demon Titanite. Demon Titanite is used to upgrade boss weapons, which I'm not going to use any. I'm debating on whether to actually keep a collection of all the boss souls I get, or use them for, like, upgrading and having souls and stuff.
Don't get yourself neither of it.
It looks like I'm going to use them, because I really do need the souls right now, and I'm not going to use the boss weapons. so I'll just
Well,
consume them. Alright, so we've got that to +5. Now we can head, because Sen's Fortress is open. I can go that way, but I'm not going to. Because once you go through there, defeat the Iron Golem, and go to Anor Londo, getting back is just a pain. And since I've still got stuff that I can do in this first area, I'm going to prefer to get all that out of the way. I'm going to say the first thing I'm going to do is go fight probably Ceaseless Discharge. And then we'll wrap back around to the Undead Asylum. Or I could do the Asylum first. I'm gonna do Ceaseless Discharge because getting to the Fire Ember is very difficult. It's like in the middle of a literal pit of lava, surrounded by a bunch of the Taurus demons that we fought on the bridge, the one that jumps down that I almost one-shot, and I'm still incredibly mad that I did not one-shot him. Getting to it, you get a armor set, which I'm going to have to throw every piece of it on to get to it, because it gives you a ton of fire resistance, which I will have to actually even set foot in the lava. I don't know if even with the resistance, I don't know if my health bar is big enough to handle going through it. I'm really gonna hope it is. I pretty much just have to get to it and then die. So I'm not gonna rest at any bonfires other than the Firelink one. That way when I get there and then I die, I can... Actually... I've got a pretty good amount of souls in humanity that I don't want to lose. So I might use the Ring of Sacrifice. And then when I die, I don't lose anything, but I go back to Firelink instead of having to run all the way back up here. And that could save me a lot of time. But I'm also going to need that ring. I'm not sure if I can pick up enough to Seath the Scaleless, because his counter, he has to kill you in order for you to get to the next part of the arc. I think there's somewhere where I might another one before I get there, but I am not. Alright. And now I gotta trek through this. And get poisoned. Don't throw that at me. Ah! Well, I guess he didn't throw it at me. Alrighty. So we've made it back here. And I did decide which covenant I'm going, and I will running right to it. It is the Chaos Servants. I'm going to join that. It'll give me a pyromancy, but it will make it to where I can, once I get max level in that covenant, it gives me a shortcut to Lost Izalith. And it gives me some pyromancies, which I might not use the pyromancies. I'm gonna Flame, which is in the DLC. I wanted to use 2 of them because I think that's supposed to use, but I haven't. I would have to go into New Game Plus. Gotta save that for a PvP episode.
Oh, what have we here? Are you a new servant?
Yep.
But you have no eggs. No matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
About to mind your manners if you don't get out of my way. She's actually another firekeeper. She's stuck here because she drank or ate poison out of one of these dudes right here. So they wouldn't have to suffer, and it is pretty much slowly killing her. And humanities are, I think, the only thing keeping her alive. She cannot talk, which I don't... There's only, I think, one firekeeper, maybe another one that can talk. But if I would have chose the witch's... I think it's either the witch's necklace or the witch's ring at the start of the game, I would be able to have dialogue with her. But she's blind, and right now she thinks I'm her sister, Quelaag, because Quelaag goes out, waits for people to come in, and then takes their humanity when she kills them to give to her sister to keep her alive. So by killing, effectively killed one of the only ways this poor person stay alive. 10 humanities. I think 30 is what you need to get max level. Yeah, it did level up. I think, what am I? Rank 1. I'm not gonna rest there. Once you get to 30, this right here, when you step on it, will pretty much take you straight to Lost Izalith. And it's actually a shortcut that is required to save Solaire. So we may effectively be able to save Solaire, and I might be able to have him in the final boss fight, which I've never done before. I don't know how useful he is. I mean, he pretty much, I think, just draws the attention of Gwen off of you so that you can hit him. But the Chaos Ember we need is out in that giant thing of lava, which right now none of the, I don't think, they might be out there and you might just not can see them from here, but that place is littered in Taurus demons. I mean, they are all over it. And once we kill Ceaseless Discharge, all of that lava goes away, except for a small pool of it in the back, and that's right where they place the item. So he will not initially attack me, because all he's doing is watching over who they think is his dead sister, which is a girl that area. A pyromancy flame maxed all the way up. I can't actually see her. He's just a big old fire demon, mind his business, and I'm gonna rob his dead complete torment. I think that's his face. He's got a gape. I hope that's his man. And turn hostile. So wait for him to shoot all the lava up, and then get on out of here. He's incredibly slow, but he does have a giant AoE attack. That's basically just a giant wave of fire, and if he shoots it in any direction, it goes through walls, it goes through everything, and it will hit you. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this, but you can pretty much skip this entire fight off the edge of the cliff, or wait for him to smash his hand down over here. And then there's a giant gap, so he can't get close enough to me. His option, now he tags. He's stuck like that. Smash a couple of times and make him let go. And fight done. I suppose he was the source of all where that lava everywhere. I really... Why, just because he's standing there, it didn't just run out like that anyway into the bottom. It had to have been producing a... Now you can... There's like 7, probably 10 of them down there. I kind of feel bad that he stood there for no telling how many years just in torment because he dropped his one of the only gifts that any of his family gave him. And as he dies, you know, it all goes away. And he doesn't have to sit there. I don't know how big a difference. Yeah, dropping the sword makes no difference. But actually, if I take off the ring, will I still be able to... Yeah, I can still fast roll. Oh, but I can't... Oh, no. Yeah, that is how fast that lava eats through your health. So maybe I will. I'll drop it, just to be safe. Getting past these guys... Yeah, this is probably over right here. Come on, come on. I think that's it right there. Screen shaking all over the place. I need to heal before I can technically even get to it. And these guys are not gonna lay off of me. Whew. Loop around them. Yep. Well, that was a wasted ring. Perhaps not my smartest decision. Oh, and I go all the way back to Firelink. But I do have quite a large amount of souls. I'll throw them into levels. And then I guess I'll throw Havel's ring back on, and the sword. Oh, so now I have to make that trek all the way back. I get that they kind of put that there because it can be such a powerful upgrade. If you do a lot of invasions and you're constantly stocked up on humanity, it can be one of the most damaging weapon upgrades you can get. But putting it in that well-guarded of an area kind of just says, hey, there's something valuable over here, but I guess a lot of people do not want to take the time to see what it is because of how just impossible it is to get to, which it's not. It ain't something you first try. I'm gonna try to do it again, without resting at any of these. And if I can't get it on this second try, I'll probably go fight the Gray Demon, which is in the I can get the Titanite chunks to have the, but on how many tries this takes me, I may just end up trying to get itself off camera. not toxic. And there's actually a fire down here, there, but it's also more Firekeeper souls. It is surrounded by a bunch of little dudes with dart guns that talk like as soon as they hit you. Ooh, I can get through here without being. Let that poison gauge go back down. I don't think there's anything that can in here except him. So just yeah. Get dunked on. And I stepped right in the poison. Get it? I'll just run through it. Whoa! Gonna take an incredibly long time to actually wear off. I really do. What makes Dark Souls 1 so hard is that in the other ones you kind of have, like, right off the warp and have to earn it. In this game they make you earn that ability. I like it does make it harder. It's not just something you can do, so it makes it more rewarding when you get that ability. But at the same time, it becomes so time-consuming. Like if you're trying to get prepared and you've got to run to a bunch of different areas, and you have it. Yeah, not gonna rest at it. There may be a different approach getting through there, other than trying to run, and then them all aggro. Well, there's not a way to get to it without them seeing you. I'm wondering if there's a more efficient way to run through them. I don't imagine there is. Need to touch the lava before I get to it. And then fight them. Depending on how much damage they take. Bad. Probably not as much as I'd like. Oh, I can stagger them. Can I pull? That stagger actually might come in handy. And I missed. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, so oh shit. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna run for that off camera. Because I'm going to have to pull each individual one of them. And I really don't want to do that. So we will run, make it back to the starting area. Actually, I like this armor set. But for where we're going, we don't need, unless it's more protective than what I... Oh, it is significantly more protective. Those two parts of it are. Yeah, Yeah, nothing where I'm going's using magic or defense. I don't... Well, the... oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. The Stray Demon there does use magic. But it's very avoidable. He has like maybe 2 AoE attacks that can catch you if you're not paying attention. But pretending behind it... Oh, shoot, Kath. Or, Framped. I want to talk to him right now because I want, Kath. And the only way to get to him is to not talk to Framped when he shows up and instead go for the 4 Kings once you have the ability to traverse the abyss. And then from the 4 Kings, once they've been defeated, Kath will just show up in the boss room. He is the Dark Wraith Covenant leader. But pretty much they both look the exact same. Some lore says that it's the same person, like Framped and him are the same. He just has like 2 personalities or something. But they're called primordial serpents. And they basically existed, they think, before fire in because the way I think the lore goes is there's no telling how many ages of fire have come and gone before the one that you're a part of happens. Because the age of fire may have happened anywhere from... Yeah, I need that. Could have happened a couple of different times before this event. And the natural order is that it goes Age of Fire, and then Age of Dark, and then if a fire starts up again, it resets. Now, the way the actual canon storyline goes is that a bunch of people keep rekindling the fire, sacrificing themselves to keep it going. In Dark Souls 2, they don't really mention it. The Age of never brought up, except by one character, and who committed the first sin. And people think that the first sin was committed by Gwyn when he basically said, screw the order, I want the Age of Fire to keep going because I have power right now, and I don't want to lose it. But then there's other people who think the first sin was committed by someone who had keep the Age of Fire going previously before it and failed because it's Aldia, I think is the name of the guy. He says something about like men took a fleeting form, which could be referencing why people hollow. And the bird drops us back off. Dark Souls 2 has a series in it, but it's not as prevalent. You're pretty much worried about to a throne, because you're in the post-Orient attack in that one. Like giants cross the curb, certain stole something from them, and they want it back. I think he stole like a soul or something of the father of giants, or was something to do with them, and they want it back. So Drang Lake, which is the main, attempt to take it back. Oh no! It's a what? Excuse me. Okay, I can get out of this. I'm killing you. Just for that. Or not, that's cool. Hee. You put down that sword and just use your there is one of the red Titanite chunks. I believe this place, after you leave, basically becomes riddled with Black Knights. I think, like, I don't know, other than seeing the giant crow bring somebody, but I'm pretty sure somehow they're alerted to the fact that you have escaped, and you're trying to stop them, so they come after you. And the dude who gets after you, he actually hollows, and it's because you have to fight him now. And some people think that this is the key into your cell in the first place, and while he was walking, I think you can see it? Yeah, they think that while he was walking through that hole to the roof, and he fell and landed in, and he couldn't. And like, died a bunch of times before and never found any humanity, so it hollowed him. I think I gotta run back. We'll start to find. We also get an item from our starting cell. It is a doll, and that doll is used to get to the painted world of Ariamis, I think is what it's called. Completely area inside Anne Orlando. Priscilla, the dragon. I think it's either one of us or it's his actual daughter. Yeah. He had a child with one of Gwen's daughters. Gwen, I think, 2 daughters and a son. But his son was raised as a daughter because I think that's all he wanted. Or no, he had 2 sons and 2 daughters. One of his daughters he offered to be the protector of the Ring City, which is a DLC in Dark Souls 3. She basically, as long as she's asleep, time is completely stopped. His other one, but his son created an illusion of her, and as long as that illusion is there, it keeps people like from thinking that anything's wrong, because once you can kill her, there's one AoE attack. You do, it brings back it takes away the sun. Like all the light in Anne Orlando just never kill you. But his son, Guinevere, is the leader for the Dark Moon to track into the area. He's a boss fight. Oh no. Smacked with an AoE? Nope, I got out of it. Yeah, so that's magic damage if I I don't know. I guess it's he's intelligent. Probably 3 more hits will get him. If he don't get me first. Ooh. Heal. That was pointless. 1 hit will take him out. There we go. And he drops a Titanite slab, which is the final upgrade for standard. Because it goes Titanite shards to upgrade a weapon, large Titanite shards to continue its upgrade, Titanite chunks, and then after you've maxed all that out, it goes to a slab, which I believe puts any weapon that you have standard upgraded with no enchantment on it to +15. enchantments, the stuff like that resets. So mine went up to +5 and used the fire enchantment, which made it a fire weapon, but reset to where it had to go up and get, or actually I think +10. What's mine at? +5. Once I use the chunks, then I can turn it into chaos, and then I think from chaos it just 5, which is the max for that type. Let's get out of here. But I did not get the rusted iron ring. God dang it. I'll probably go back and get that also off camera, because I'm going to have to get that chaos ember. Oh. I'm probably going to die here. Oh, no. Haha. I should be speaking to me. There we go. Once his dialogue starts, that pretty much that cuts Kath off. You cannot find him. I'm surprised this dude ain't dead yet. I thought he was supposed to die by now. Let me see what he's got to say.
You ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you. Damn, that stench. And I was really beginning to like it here. Oh, maybe it's time I do something about it. Oh, maybe it's time.
You find him and he is hollowed in New Londo. So I think every Dark Souls game has a character at the very start of the game that is basically there to tell you that you are not going to succeed, or to just be a real buzzkill. I think he's just called the Crestfallen Knight. I don't think he has an actual name. But I think he goes, and this is just my personal opinion, I've never seen any definitive lore on this. I think he goes to either attempt to kill and find Kath, and then get Kath to try and get rid of Frampt up here, or to give him some kind of secret, because these guys can't die. It doesn't matter how much you attack them, how much damage you do, killed in any way aside from modding the game. But I think I was doing a little bit of lore on them, and then I think I just dropped that conversation. But I think had been around since the age, if there was any Age of Fire before this one that had turned into an Age of Dark, I think they kind of exist only to either make sure that the cycle continues normally, which is what Kath wants. He wants the Age of Dark to come in so that the Dark Lord, is what they call him, can have his reign. Frampt, though, is a friend of Gwen's, and he's trying to get someone to keep the... So that kind of shows that I don't think they're the same person, because they have their independent thoughts on what happen, but at the end of the day, all primordial serpents serve whoever either links the fire or dark, because when you get the Age of Dark ending and you put the fire out instead of relighting it out, there's just a long hallway just with a ton of them, so there is more than one. You never see the lower half of their... Then in Dark Souls 3 there's a statue of them, but they think that statue was just made up by someone who thinks they know what, or has seen what the bottom half of them looks like. I think they're just a giant worm. But it could, I think it could be that when an Age of Fire happens, and then someone, the Age of Dark, like what is supposed to happen, they serve that person, but they go into hiding, and they hide until either the next flame sparks, and then they come out to see how everything plays out. I mean, they can't die. I think they're pretty much immortal. So they just kind of wake up every once in a while to see what's going on. But I think this is where I'm going to video. Get 2 upgrades into my health. I will probably go back and get the rusted iron ring. It is just a ring that makes it to where when you walk through the swamp or really high water, it does not slow you down. So I'll be able to run normally through the swamp area. I'm gonna get Ember. I'll probably episode be at which was that skeleton blacksmith. Go give him the Ember. He can do fire and chaos enchantments. But don't forget to comment and hit the subscribe and share. That's always appreciated. And I've been Pipknot signing out.